That's not bad.
It's bad?
No, it's great. All right. I mean, it's only day 1 that they observe them, so they have to make them to day 5 or 7 before they fully know. So we still are like in the preliminary stages.
Okay.
Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Psalm 143:8.
So, it's surgery day. They told you to wear comfortable clothes.
Yeah, you don't listen to me. I was telling you to wear comfortable clothes every time you went. And you don't listen to me.
Well, I got on comfortable clothes today. Is that okay?
Yeah, because somebody else had to tell you.
The doctors.
Yeah, but your husband said wear comfortable clothes.
Anyway. So, I got on this loose fitting shirt, these sweats, and I'm gonna go put on my shoes. It's surgery day. I'm gonna try to take my medicine really quick. Put my shoes on, put my jacket on, and get ready to go. I am, how many hours from surgery, babe? I don't know, 3 hours. I went into surgery this morning at, I would say it was like 9:15, 9:20. And surgery, I think I got out like 9:45, so it was about a half hour long. I am feeling good. I don't feel too bad. And I took the anesthesia well. I was getting a little nervous because one of the ladies that was before me, like, she did not take the anesthesia well. Let me get some fresh air really quick.
System is now disarmed.
She didn't take the anesthesia well, and the anesthesiologist had to spin. One of the ladies who was before me, she did not take the anesthesia well. So, you know, the anesthesiologist had to spend a little bit more time with her before she got to me. And I guess just overhearing, because I couldn't see it, but just overhearing how the other lady was reacting, it kind of made me a little nervous. But for the most part, I didn't have a problem at all, you know. I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys exactly. Let me actually go inside and sit down and say, like, show you guys or tell you guys exactly how it went. So I wanted to share with you all exactly my experience this morning when going in for my egg retrieval. So I realized that they assign you to do your trigger shot 36 hours prior to your egg retrieval. So I was directed to take my trigger shot on Monday at 8:45 p.m. They told me on the dot, and it was like 8:43, and I was prepping because my appointment, which was Wednesday at 8:45 a.m. would be when they would be doing the retrieval. So my experience with the surgery, they took me in the back like around 9:15, and you know, the operating room, it's a little bit different. I'll call it a procedure room more so. So I had the anesthesiologist, I had a nurse, there was the doctor, and the doctor had an assistant. When you go in the room, it's like half of a bed. So, you know, if you imagine a long bed, it was probably like 3/4 of that. And it was only meant, you know, for your buttocks and for your back. And once you kind of sit on the edge of the bed, they had these two poles that were up, and then they had padding, you know, on the ends of the poles, and that was where, you know, your legs would have to go. When you put your legs in there and then you know, scoot yourself down, they strapped my legs in, and they asked me, you know, is it comfortable? So they strapped my legs in on each side, and my anesthesiologist was getting me comfortable. Like she put like a pillow of some sorts behind my back so that my head was slightly hanging. So like if the pillow pushed my back up some, then my head was kind of slightly hanging off, and she told me that was intentional to help and assist me in breathing. It's funny because there were so many things happening at the same time that you can get like a little nervous. And I did ask my anesthesiologist, I'm like, if my body is in pain, but because I'm out of it and I can't notify you like something is wrong, will you know? And she assured me, you know, through watching my heart rate and my blood pressure, she would know for sure if something wasn't going right. So once they strapped my legs onto each of these like paddings, I laid back, and anesthesiologist, you know, I already had the IV when I was getting prepped. So she told me I'm gonna begin the IV drip now. I said okay, and then she put, you know, a mask over me for oxygen. She told me it was just oxygen, nothing else. And it's funny because like I'm trying to look all over and see what's happening. I do remember the nurses, they cover each of your legs with like some sort of covering. You know, you could tell it's like some sort of sterile covering. So they cover all of you, your abdomen, each leg, they cover you. And you know, it's funny because my anesthesiologist actually like put her hand on my forehead, and she's like, it's okay, you know, you can close your eyes. And all I remember is her telling me close my eyes. I closed my eyes thinking, but I want to open my eyes. But before I can really even think to open my eyes again, I kind of was out of it, you know. And the next time I awoke, they were pretty much calling my name and saying Tikwa, 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 like waking me up, you know. And I can, you know, I comprehended that I guess the procedure was over. It is crazy how that anesthesia works, because I was very afraid, like what if it doesn't work? What if I can still feel it? What if I can still hear everything? But that wasn't the case at all. Then I went back into like a recovery area where the nurses will tend to you. They tend to you every 15 minutes for like 3 intervals. So you're pretty much back there for about 45 minutes. And the nurses are checking your blood pressure, watching your heart rate. They asked me the first 2 times, like, do you want something to drink? But I was so like not even fully like awoke that I just kept shaking my head no, because I can't drink. Like I feel like I'm in between sleep right now. So it wasn't until the last time that I said, okay, I'll take some apple juice, and I sipped on some apple juice, and I guess the sugar from the apple juice also helped to kind of wake me up, especially considering that I have not eaten since 1 o'clock yesterday. And afterwards, I'll say that I had minor pain. They would ask, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? You know, and I had some minor cramping. You know, I told them a 3 because I felt it, but it wasn't nothing that was unbearable. If anything, I had a slight more discomfort from stomach pains from having to take that magnesium citrate yesterday, and my stomach was still kind of like reacting to that. I can tell my stomach was irritated, my bowel was irritated from that magnesium citrate. So, you know, for the most part, after about 45 minutes of being in the recovery room, I was able to get dressed. As long as I could stand on my own, I had to use the restroom. They will not let you go unless you use the restroom. And then I got dressed. They gave me some directions, and then they also, by the time I got in the waiting room, they instructed Woody also on like I can't take a bath, I can't be in a pool, just all the directions, no driving, you know, I have to be in the bed for 24 hours. So like those minor things they went over with him as well. And you know, and then, you know, we went downstairs, I got in the car, I slept on my way home, I came in, we probably got back here around 11 o'clock ish, and I really just woke up, I would say around 3:30. I just woke up again. I feel no pain. Which I had more discomfort from my stomach, which you know, in the end it was worth it, because I think I've mentioned before, in a lot of my scans, because of how my body is, how it's positioned, my left ovary, which had the most follicles, the last I knew, my right ovary had 4 follicles, my left ovary had 11 follicles. So possibility, fingers crossed, that they got at least 15 eggs from my ovaries. But with my left ovary, it's higher, and so they, you know, were mentioning to me that if they would not be able to reach it the normal way through the procedure, which is through vaginally, that they would have to go through my abdomen. So it was good, because the doctor ended up telling me that they did not have to go through my abdomen, and that they were able to, with some slight positioning and having the nurse press a little bit on my abdomen, they were able to retrieve all of the eggs from my left ovary. So that's been my day so far. I am still awaiting a phone call from the doctor to let me know exactly how many eggs they were able to retrieve, and then once they're able to let me know that, I do know that starting today, I believe, you know, they will send my eggs to the lab along with a specimen from Woody, and then they will watch over the development of those eggs over the next 5 days. My doctor, I didn't realize that she had put it in order for this, but I do believe that they will be doing an procedure called ICSI. I think it's ICSI. I'll get the exact name, but that's more so where they take a specific sperm cell from my husband, and they don't allow like it to take its time to get to the egg, but they actually inject the egg with that sperm cell. So I believe that's what they're gonna do. They always say that the likelihood of a successful rate of great embryo would be them doing that. So they would take the best of the best and they would inject it. So, you know, again, fingers crossed, we have a good amount of eggs, so that we can, you know, have a great rate of you know, our eggs turn into good embryos and reaching that blastocyst stage of development. So I'll update you guys as we go along on how many eggs they retrieved, how many were able to be fertilized, and then after they're fertilized, they'll send it out for genetic testing, and then how many came back that were good to go, and you know, then we'll figure out when we'll do the actual transfer. Hello? What'd you say?
It's not bad.
You said that's not bad?
Mm-hmm. It's bad?
No, it's great.
Oh, you looking at me?
No. The fact that they got 15 eggs, so that's a good thing from the 15 follicles.
Mm-hmm.
And then as of now, on day 1, only 2 didn't really fully develop. So the other 13 have developed, and now they're watching over those.
Good.
So 13 have fertilized, and they didn't have to do ICSI. So that means that I guess you gave a good specimen.
That's cool. Couple kids, I have a couple of kids running around playing fuck the hell out of fun. Anyway, let me go to everything. Love you.
I love you too. Bye.